All right, so for this video, I actually found, just today, actually this like pistol grip like phone holder, right? So I thought, maybe I'd do like a video outside or something. But yeah, so for this video, I actually wanted to talk about something that was just sort of like a revelation to me, whenever it came to like lucid dreaming. What actually happened was I'm starting to get easier and easier lucid dreams now, right? So that's one thing, and the reason for that is because because what I was doing before is I was struggling to get lucid. I was struggling because I wanted to control, uh, you know, all the variables, right? I wanted to control all of the aspects of my of like what happened, but like life, like things in life in general, right? And this goes for lucid dreaming as well. And like, hear me out. Like, I know this is supposed to be like a video on manifestation, but it's all going to come together. Lucid dreaming is very much like surfing, right? Where basically, like, if you think about it, like surfing is basically 50% ocean, right? It's 50% nature, 50% external factors, 50% chance. And that's something that people don't realize is that's basically sort of the nature of things in general, in this life, which is that you can do it. And this is why, like, people say, you can do everything right and still fail, because because it's only 50% you, right? And all the other factors are, it's mother nature, it's external factors, it's chance, right? And this is something that, like, whenever I started to realize that, I would do my lucid dream technique. I would anchor my awareness, but then I would allow the dream to take over, right? I would allow nature to take its course. And now I'm at the point where I find it extremely easy to lucid dream. And if I keep it up, I'll probably get better and better and better, at that skill. But the thing that I wanted to say about manifestation in general is that it's 50% you and 50% universe. And this is why people, like, I hear people say this a lot, which is that like the manifestation is like, it's like a co-creative sort of process, right? It's co-creative, right? It's 50-50 between you and the universe. Even if you look at like the mind, right, the conscious and the subconscious mind, right? Here, let me adjust this, right? But a lot of people, what they try to do, and I think, like, this is sort of like ingrained in our society, is what they try to do is they try to teach, um people to fully, like, to want to fully control everything, right? To micromanage everything. And this is something that gets in the way of the manifestation process, because the manifestation process is something that is 50-50. It's 50% you and 50% universe, 50% subconscious mind, 50% external factors, mother nature, right? And this is something that, like, it's almost like manifestation. The manifestation game it's a game of Marco Polo. But what happens is people say Marco so much that they forget to listen for Polo, right? And that's something that really, really does get in the way of the manifestation process. It's something that gets in the way of just doing things in life in general, is trying to 100% control everything. Even though, like surfing, it's 50% ocean, 50% surfer, right? The surfer's job is not to try to control the ocean and to try to control the waves. It's to tap into the force, right? Yet again, you can do everything right and still fail, right? You can do everything right as a surfer and not get waves. You can do everything right as a lucid dreamer, and natural processes, circadian rhythm, might not allow it that time, right? And this is something it's very similar with manifestation, because what you do is you project the intent out into, you know, reality, out into the universe. You say, this is what I want, right? But what people do is they try to do like specialized, you know, techniques, right? They try to do overcomplicated techniques, and what they end up doing is they end up messing up that 50-50 split between you and the universe. They mess up that split and they try to 100% control everything. They try to 100% do everything. They try to micromanage it. And yet again, they say Marco so many times that they don't stop and listen for Polo, right? And it makes me think of like two people with like you know, walkie talkies or radios, right? You know, like one guy's talking over everyone else, and you're saying, hey, I want this, hey, I want this, hey, I want this, hey, I want that, and you never get a response because you're too busy talking over everyone, right? Everyone and everything. You're too busy trying to say, hey, 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 you know, Marco, 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 and you never listen for Polo, right? You never get a response. You never look at the synchronicities that might happen, right? And so this is something that's really big that I've realized, is that when it comes, is that life is essentially one giant game of Marco Polo, right? But you know, a big mistake that people can make is basically, you know, saying Marco so much that they drown out the polo, right? Trying to micromanage the universe, right? Trying to micromanage the natural processes. What they do is then they end up muddying the waters. They end up disturbing the current, and so they never get the result that they want because they forget. It's a co-creative process, right? You project your intent. You say Marco. You listen for Polo. You wait for the response. You wait for the synchronicity to come to you naturally. You set the intent and then you let it go out into the void, if you want to call it that, right? But yeah, I mean, this is sort of a different format. I just kind of wanted to use this cool little sort of pistol grip phone holder, you know, and just kind of, I just kind of like pacing around, kind of like walking around while I haven't walked around this video, but I don't know, it's a different format. But yeah, I just wanted to make that video about you know, like the 50-50 split. You know, very important for manifestation, very important if you want to, you know, master the ability to, you know, project your intent and get a response, right? To project your intent and to get the results that you want, you have to acknowledge that it's 50% you, 50% universe, 50% you, 50% Mother Nature, right? It's Marco Polo. And you know, it's like the main point of this video, right, is to not, you know, say Marco so much that you forget the polo part of this entire game, right? But yeah, that's the video.